The past holds many secrets, and we're here to uncover them. Join us, we'd be honored to have you watch, like, and subscribe to our channel. For 3,000 years, until Alexander the Great's armies invaded in the 4th century BC, ancient Egypt was the most important civilization on Earth. This week, we're counting down the top 10 ancient civilizations, focusing on the secrets of Egypt. The list is ordered by how much each entry has shaped our understanding of ancient Egypt. Number 10. The Great Sphinx. The Great Sphinx sits at the base of the pyramids near Cairo. It's the largest statue ever carved from a single piece of stone, 240 feet long and 60 feet tall. In the 1950s, it was shrouded in mystery. New evidence has raised even more questions about its age. Water erosion patterns on the Sphinx suggest they were caused by rain. But Egypt hasn't seen that kind of rainfall for over 9,000 years. If these marks really are that old, long before this part of Africa became a desert, then Egypt's civilization may be much older than we thought. Number 9. The Lighthouse of Ferros. While it can't compete with the Sphinx in age, it outshines it in height. We're talking about the Lighthouse of Ferros. In the 3rd century BC, Alexandria, Egypt was one of the greatest cities in the ancient world, built around a deep natural harbor where the Nile meets the sea. A man-made bridge nearly a mile long connected the mainland to an island in the bay. There, they constructed a massive lighthouse about 400 feet tall that guided ships safely to shore. It might have been taller than the Statue of Liberty for over 1,500 years. Nothing else like it existed. Even after 2 millennia, it's still considered the greatest lighthouse ever built. The word Pharos still means lighthouse in many languages today. We may never fully understand its secrets, but even more astonishing discoveries await. Number 8, possibly the most scandalous artifact ever found, the Erotic Turin Papyrus. In the early 1800s, a local farmer near the Valley of the Kings found a mysterious pottery jar with something hidden inside. Inside was an ancient papyrus scroll that rocked the world of Egyptology. Over 8 feet long and 3,000 years old, it's now housed in a museum in Turin, Italy, and yes, it's strictly for adults. The content is so explicit we can only show small bits of it. I've seen a lot of ancient erotic art, but this one is honestly wild. It's full of outrageous scenes. It's as if anything goes. That's why it made our top 10. It challenges the way we see ancient Egyptians. It reminds us that despite their spirituality, they were human, just like us, with the same desires. And there's something oddly comforting in that. Coming in at number 7 is a mind-blowing feat of engineering, the unfinished obelisk. Obelisks were massive stone monuments found all over Egypt, pointing skyward toward the sun god Ra. In a quarry in Aswan, southern Egypt, lies the largest obelisk ever attempted. It was never completed and still lies connected to the bedrock. Had it been finished, it would have stood as tall as Niagara Falls. It earns its place on the list, not because it was finished, but because it shows the incredible skill of ancient Egyptian builders. It would have been the largest solid stone obelisk ever made. This is Giza, 1954. An astonishing discovery was made here, a complete ancient ship buried in the desert, our 6th great secret. The Khufu Ship, dating back to around 2500 BC, was found in a carved rock pit. It's 143 feet long and nearly 20 feet wide, and it's now preserved in a custom museum built right on the site. It's the oldest intact ship in the world, and its construction is especially impressive. There were no nails or metal fittings. Instead, it was held together using beautifully crafted wooden joints and rope lashings. It was elegant, sturdy, and fully seaworthy, but why was it buried in the middle of the desert? The ship never touched water. It was a funerary bark, meant to carry the pharaoh's soul to the heavens. This discovery completely changed our understanding of ancient shipbuilding 4,500 years ago. At number 5, a mystery hidden underground the size of a mountain. In the early 1800s, a young Egyptian boy led some archaeologists to a rocky cliff near his village. He'd found strange carvings partially buried in the sand. When the archaeologists returned and started digging, what they uncovered turned out to be one of the most incredible buildings in the world, carved entirely out of the rock itself. Abu Simbel is a massive temple dating back to the 13th century BC, and it's one of the most impressive landmarks in all of ancient Egypt. It was built in honor of one of the greatest pharaohs of all time, Ramses II, also known as Ramses the Great. He was the most powerful pharaoh in Egyptian history, ruling for more than 70 years. The temple took about 20 years to build, an incredible feat, especially considering it was long before the invention of modern machinery. We're still trying to figure out exactly how they managed to do it. Abu Simbel earned its place on this list because it showcases the power of ancient Egypt and the greatness of its rulers. Ask anyone what comes to mind when you say ancient Egypt, and I bet they'll say mummies. Mummies are the preserved bodies of the dead. The ancient Egyptians believed that preserving the body was essential for the afterlife. Mummification was an extremely complex process. All the organs were carefully removed, even the brain, which was extracted through the nose. The bodies were soaked in chemicals to dry them out and then packed with salt to preserve the flesh. This was the key to stopping decomposition. Mummies have shaped how we understand how ancient Egyptians viewed life after death. And our next big secret honestly helped unlock nearly everything we know about ancient Egypt: the Rosetta Stone. This rock was the key to translating Egyptian hieroglyphs. It actually has the same text written in 3 different scripts, stacked on top of each other. When it was discovered, scholars could already read ancient Greek, and the stone turned out to be a list of good deeds performed by a pharaoh. The name Ptolemy was the breakthrough. They found it written in both Greek and hieroglyphs that allowed scholars to start decoding the ancient Egyptian language. Once the code was cracked, all hieroglyphs across Egypt suddenly became readable. The Rosetta Stone might be small and missing its top, but it's honestly one of the most important finds ever. It unlocked an entire civilization. Coming in at number 2 on our list is, well, one of the greatest building projects of all time: the pyramids. Yes, pyramids exist in many parts of the world, from Central and South America to the Middle East and Asia. But no one built them with the same scale or sophistication as the Egyptians. As this map shows, Egypt has way more than just the famous 3 pyramids at Giza. In fact, there are over 100 ancient pyramids still standing across the country. The original mastermind behind pyramid building was Imhotep, a figure so revered that the Egyptians later worshipped him as a god. The pyramids were an incredible achievement and remain the most iconic symbol of ancient Egypt, even showing up on the US dollar bill. But the final item on our countdown, the number 1 greatest ancient Egyptian secret, remained hidden for more than 3,000 years. It was really one of the most amazing archaeological discoveries in history: the treasures of Tutankhamun's tomb. This treasure exceeded anyone's wildest dreams: jewels, gold, ceremonial items, 6 chariots, everything the young pharaoh might need in the afterlife, and more. But inside the golden sarcophagus was something even more extraordinary: the face of a 3,000-year-old pharaoh revealed for the first time in millennia. The most famous part, the golden death mask of Tutankhamun. This stunning mask was inlaid with precious gems: deep blue lapis lazuli from Afghanistan, obsidian for the eyes, stones that had crossed the Mediterranean. The mask weighs 24 pounds and is a masterpiece of ancient craftsmanship. Thanks to this once-hidden treasure, we now get a real personal glimpse into the power, majesty, and divine status of the pharaohs. Ancient Egypt remains unmatched. No other civilization has built or left behind anything quite like it. It's a land of mystery and wonder that will continue to amaze and inspire us for thousands of years to come. So don't forget to subscribe to explore the forgotten past with us. Like, share, and support the journey to uncover the truth buried beneath the sands. See you next time.